just...
Welcome to the 2017 U.S. Open live from the Racquet Club of Philadelphia. Today's match, World Champion Camden Riviere versus Fahey.
Seed number 1 out of Aiken, South Carolina, Camden Riviere. Woo! Woo! John Lumley, who's going to call balls. John Lumley.
You think you handle it,
I'm
John?
back in here again for you, mate.
You think you handle Get your hair,
Hey, John.
You think you handle Bosh?
I can handle this. If I can mark him and Stevie, I can do anything.
Hello, my name is Jeremy Bernstein. I'm president of the United States Court Tennis Association. On behalf of the USCTA, welcome to the 2017 US Open Final.
Another day.
He has a lot of heavy breathing. You notice that? Like he's actually tired or something.
Good afternoon,
It's almost
everybody.
like a
Ben Taylor Matthews here with Chris Chapman,
Good afternoon, Ben.
commentating on the final for you today.
Ooh, the ball. On it. 15 left. Chases first gallery.
What are your thoughts here today, Chris?
Well, I think we're in for a pretty exciting match. Rob, in particular, has played some beautiful tennis this week, beating both Tim Chisholm in the quarters and then Steve Vigona in straight sets in the semi-final. Been very impressive. But as we all know, it's hard to get through Camden's defences. And what do you think about the game?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking this is such a good court for Camden. I mean, most of them tend to be at the moment, but you know, this one in particular is very bouncy. You've got a lot of time on the ball, so it's going to make him, you know, his speed here is going to really be a big advantage for him. It's going to be tough for Rob to break him down on that basis. You know, the rally's going to be long. Cam's going to be able to get a lot of balls back. So I think we're probably going to see some target hitting from Rob, including the galleries. Try and shorten those rallies up.
rally.
We'll just see if he can do that effectively enough.
Yeah, he's not going to want to see too many of those points that we've just seen there. Lots of balls in the corner that Cam's just getting back, as we see a dead on. And the first game to Rob.
Yeah, definitely 2 dead-ons in that first game. So I think he's going to try and take those opportunities when they arise, take a few risks.
Of course, a rematch of the last 2 World Championships.
Yeah, 1-1 they are, aren't they?
Well, actually, Camden made the 2008 World Championship as well.
Oh yeah, 2-1 to Rob
as a
overall.
very young man.
Shot.
Wow.
I see him come, Rob. Don't worry about it.
Robbie can do it all from the middle. I'm here just to call the ball on the railroad.
So we've got Mr. Whitehouse, Robbie, head professional of the Racquet Club of Philadelphia, in the marker's box for this one.
And the best marking voice in tennis, let's agree. Hashtag deuce.
I can't wait for the first juice call. Not to forget that we also have the assistant pro John Lumley in the dead-on calling faults.
It looks like Rob's going to try and, obviously that was defending a chase and hit a hazard, but I think he's going to enjoy hitting it down to that backhand corner, as he did very much in the 2014 World Championship in Melbourne.
Yeah, there's just so much time under that grill here, and Cam's very good at kind of disguising what he's going to do with that forehand. He slides it down the line, he can hit galleries and stuff. So
he also stands a long way up the court with that forehand over near the timbre. So very important for Rob to try and, there we go, opened up the court and was able to get it past the forehand for a change.
I think he's definitely going to be more kind of length into that forehand, and less trying to kind of hit through, unless if there's an obvious kind of forehand grill opportunity, then he's going to take it on. But I think in that kind of cross-court exchange, he's going to look to keep his length quite short, try and get Cam to lift the ball up. Good start from Rob.
Very good start. 2-love. Not serving any railroads, which is obviously normally a right-hander's plan A of serving to a left-hander. Keep them on their backhand side, but looks like he's getting good value for the sort of Chandelle serve and demi-piqués.
He was serving this in the latter stages against Tim, wasn't he?
He was. He also served it throughout our doubles semi-final yesterday. Great start for Rob. He's probably one thing he's done over the last few years is not quite start as well in the first set, but had to come out hard against Cam in this match to try and get on top early.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do against this guy is come out the block slow and basically give him a one set handicap as well. I can vouch for that. Game point for Cam here to get on the board.
Clever play by Camden.
Game, 1-2.
So Cam's on the board, 1-2. If that rally's anything to go by, he's adopting the Julian Snow tactic. He's not interested in the targets, is he? He's definitely going to make Rob work.
Chase the door, no strokes.
One thing Camden does very well is only ever takes on the grill when it's just the right option. So he very rarely misses a grill
Chase the
attempt.
door. 15 love.
So a gallery and a kind of a short post in from Rob there probably signals his intentions for the match. Keep those rallies short.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not going to want to
Do
run
not
around for
engage
it.
in
love.
long rallies.
First chase is the door. Chase the door. 15 receiver. Chase is better than the second.
Great play by Rob. Good railroad. It's the hazard to defend the chase.
Thank you. 1 fault.
That's the other thing with Rob these days. He doesn't want to spend that energy serving any potential faults on the railroad and kind of wasting a bit of energy. Amazing shot from Camden.
30-15.
Rob seems pretty content.
30
with his
all.
rallies. Doesn't look like he's having to run too.
No, Chuck the other day. I said I thought he was moving really well. Down.
40-30.
A bit of an insight into the complex nature of the coverage from Mr. Ryan in our commentary position.
Sensational job he's doing. Tabs and screens open everywhere.
Games are 2 apiece. First set.
Just gotta love the way Robbie says some of those things. Games are 2 apiece.
Yeah, I hope this goes on forever, just so I can just listen to Robbie for a few hours.
There's that dangerous forehand volley from Camden over just a loose ball over towards the timbre. Just can't afford that to any of the left-handers, particularly Camden and Steve.
And like you say, only takes it on when he basically knows he's gonna hit it, so it looks like he never misses it.
30 love.
Just made that down the line ball into the dead on look easy.
$40 love.
Errors was the call from Rob there.
1 error, 2 winners from Camden. It's a bit harsh.
Hazard, second.
Again, Rob
40
really
love.
trying to get that ball down towards Camden's backhand underneath the winner gallery and try and dictate the points that way.
Yeah, he's obviously trying to fish for that loose ball. And the one thing, but something that Cam is very good at is making you hit that ball in there 2 or 3 times before you actually get the loose ball.
40 love, server. Hazard, second. Hazard.
Hazard second might not be a bad option.
Fault.
Another dead on from Rob.
Straight dead on as well, kind of off
15,
pace,
40.
just changing the pace.
I think Cam was looking for the main wall there.
Game. 3 games to 2.
And for how well Rob started, all of a sudden he's trailing 3-2 early in this first set.
15 love. Second gallery.
Defense from Camden.
15 love.
Gallery there, no problem.
Worse
a
than
cheeky
the
net
door.
cord for a chase.
Chase
Happy
the second
days.
gallery. 15 love.
Side result.
Probably the only ball the Ginger Ninja can't get to. Net cord to better than the door.
The Duracell bunny. Yeah, it's going to be a tough. It's going to be you know, normally when you play Rob, obviously you've played him a lot. You know that he's going to pick up some freebies with that volley return. It's just not, this court is just not going to help him out with it. Do you know what I mean? It's, you know, you kind of play him somewhere else, and you know he's going to get some
lead.
through you and
Second
stuff like
gallery
that. It's gonna be very, very
chase.
difficult
Oh,
for him to get some
absolutely.
freebies on this court.
On a faster court, you know, you just don't want to see Rob hitting that cut volley cross court off the return.
Second
Camden
one's
will
worse
probably
than the door.
take that over the main wall dead on attempt with this slightly slower and bouncier court.
Yeah, it does. It does tend to kind of cut down off the side wall, doesn't it? So I think for that to be an effective weapon for Rob today, he's almost got to kind of put it in there a bit shorter and try and get it kind of
30 love.
biting down at around the kind of 4 or 5
Chase is worse than the
chase
door.
mark. Easier said than done.
Easier said than done.
It's a stray one.
Good put away.
Almost got away with it.
15-30.
Big game for Rob here. Needs to try and keep in touch with Camden.
All. Time. 40-30. Hold. Second, 40-30.
I think that's the type of point that Rob would have liked to have set up there. Gets a couple of put away volleys, but just happened to put on that timbre, and it's just such a bouncy court.
As we take a look at the route to the final for both players, Camden's played less sets than Rob, as you can see. Oh no, apparently he had a 4-setter with me.
30, receiver. Chase's second gallery.
Yeah, Rob, you know, as you said at the start, Rob's had a great week.
Yeah, that win over Tim Chisholm. Wow, what a match it was. I actually did the hazard marking from the grill and had to remind myself at times to not get too fixated on what was going on, just with the amazing tennis that was going on.
And then backed it up with a straight sets win over Steve.
Which was very impressive.
Advantage.
Yeah, in terms of seedings, I think Camden's
You're out.
had like the tougher half of the draw, but I think the opponents that Rob's managed to get through are probably more impressive than Camden's route to the final, I'd say.
Yeah.
Deuce.
Our first deuce.
Second gallery.
That's the play that Rob wants. Big cut volley and then a gallery. Just can't allow Camden to dictate points from the service end.
Get that loose ball nice and early, put it in the galleries.
Here we go again.
And last gallery. 2 chases.
So for all of you club players out there that always get frustrated when the ball goes into the galleries, you're seeing it at the very top.
It's always a good thing. There's no such thing as a bad chase.
Can Rob defend them? Deuce, a couple of gallery chases, gives Cam a reasonably large area to hit the ball into.
Yeah, obviously gives an
Deuce.
opening, but
Chase
if you
second
put
gallery.
that first serve in. So a railroad against this second gallery chase.
That's the ball you want.
Oh, and didn't finish it. It's exactly
Advantage.
the ball he wanted on that
Chase
forehand
last
volley.
gallery.
He'll be disappointed that he missed that ball, obviously, but
Yeah, got the
that's-
desired result.
Exactly, got exactly what he wanted out of that.
Just didn't quite get the result he wanted.
Game. 4-2.
4-2
First set.
now for Cam, so Rob wasn't able to defend those 2 gallery chases.
But starts this next game, the 7th game,
The crucial 7th.
at the service end. It is now 4 games in a row to Camden.
15 love.
Going for his 5th US Open in a row.
Yeah, just to give you some kind of
15
idea
all.
of Rob's dominance at the top of this
No
game.
change.
I was talking to him on the way in on this morning. He was saying that the first US Open he won was 1993. I then reminded him that was
I was 8.
10 years before I even picked up a racket. What an amazing run.
Yeah, quite amazing that he's still
15.
playing in 2017.
In the final.
Thirty all.
Do you want to take a guess as to who he beat in that final?
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Well, to give you a clue, the person in question does still play
40-30.
in your home country.
Julian Snow?
Correct. Mr. Handicap.
Down, ball's down. Veteran 2, 40-30.
Not happy with the call, but
It didn't sound very nice, did it?
didn't. Camden is just dominating the game at the moment. I was looking through some stats earlier. I think his last loss actually came in the 2014 World Championship. And his last
40-30
loss in an
receiver,
Open,
chase better than
January
2.
2013. Which is quite scary for two players who are sitting here trying to figure out how to beat him.
That's a pretty good run. isn't it?
Deuce.
Hashtag deuce.
Thank you. 1 fault.
Yeah, well, it's that kind of run which I think makes Rob's 2014 World Championship win even more impressive. Camden was just winning everything going at that point.
Has done since.
And has done since, and Rob was able to make him look quite
Last
ordinary
gallery,
during
deuce.
that week. And we all know he's not an ordinary player.
First gallery and last gallery, deuce.
So another couple of chases, a couple of galleries for Rob here at deuce.
And very important to defend these at 4-2 down in this seventh game. 3-4 is a lot better than 5-2.
Yep, so same state of players in the last game. Deuce, 2 gallery chases. Camden was able to win both of them last time to take the game.
Let's see if Rob goes.
Last gallery, deuce.
Maybe the high serve in the last gallery. No, he's going the railroad.
First gallery.
Tried and tested.
Tried and tested.
Wonder how many of those he served in his career. There we go.
Camden trying to
Advantage,
outfox
chase first
Rob
gallery.
there with a volley down the line, not cross court, but it didn't pay off.
Oh,
That's a good ball. So, I mean, the court just doesn't help you there. Opens the court up. Oh, he's just missed the galleries.
Great play by Rob there.
drop ball. Game, 3 games to 4. First set.
Huge game there for Rob.
Very important to
Huge.
take that one.
$15
Yeah, slight mishit from Rob to keep that ball that short, but
He'll take it.
he will take it.
1 fault.
Camden just looks so comfortable on this court. Like he's just never rushed for time.
I think he practices here quite a bit with John Lumley, doesn't he? So he's probably feeling quite at home out there.
Second serve.
It's great hands.
Yeah, off the bando, chip that one
30
straight
love.
down the line. That's years of experience.
Second gallery, 30 love.
Actually, don't mind. I don't think Rob will mind Camden taking the odd gallery.
1 fault.
It's those points short.
Rob's making him move around, isn't he? Corner to corner. He's not kind of exclusively. It's very rare that he kind of goes back to the same corner twice in a row. She's making Cam do some work at the hazard end.
Yeah, obviously with Rob's, hitting power, if he can open up the court and start getting some volleys kind of mid-court, I just think that's his best opportunity to try and, win points regularly off Camden. He's using that ball from the service end down underneath the winning gallery a lot, back over near the grill, and then getting those volleys. And a game point to take it to 4-all here.
One sec, Cam.
Somebody
Thank you.
moving around in the dead on, perhaps.
Second gallery.
It's a great pick. Oh, and slides it into the last gallery. The Brinsayer's back edge there.
Won it in game. Games are 4-all.
That's 4 games all.
$15 love.
Great defence from both players here.
Stroke.
What a point. Point of the match so far.
An amazing point.
Stroke.
Just
15-all.
defies
Stroke.
everything that a man of 48 can just move around the court like that.
49, I think. The shot I find absolutely amazing.
30-15.
That Rob plays as a right-hander is that, in that forehand corner, the kind of basically the return serve corner. How he can be behind in a rally up against it and just kind of float that ball down the line and
1 and
just
2.
neutralise the rally immediately.
30-15.
He seems to be able to just do it every single time.
There's a
30-all.
vintage Fahey cut volley cross court. It's pretty good when Camden can't get it back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Didn't disguise that force.
I was going to say, Camden received a text message then as to where that ball was going and hit an amazing defensive volley down the line.
Yeah, just going back to Rob's cut volley. You generally kind of play the kind of floor sidewall shot as your
40-30
as the one
receiver.
that's going to get through.
Hazard.
That
1
seems
and
to be
2.
the one that
Hazard.
Camden's even better at defending. When that ball's kind of going into the sidewall first and jagging back in towards him, which is traditionally not the better of the two.
Game.
He seems to struggle with that one a bit more.
5-4.
So 5-4 to the number 1 seed.
Oh.
Robbie Whitehouse earning his crust.
Great squeeze
15
by
love.
Camden there. Just made Rob hit the ball and the wall at the same time, causing the error. play again that he wanted.
Got Cam to work into both corners.
30 love.
Got the forehand volley.
He's creating some opportunities here, Rob. Both players just look so comfortable out there.
4 and 5. 30 love.
Uncharacteristic loose forehand volley into the net.
Exactly what I was just thinking.
From Camden. You don't often see it. He's also not often in these tight situations these days.
I got it worse than the last.
That's the Camden special.
Camden special.
Open that court up and just drive it into the back wall. He'll be disappointed he didn't hit the nick there.
$15-30. Server leads. Chase 4 and 5.
Another loose error there from Camden. Keeping Rob in this game.
That was in there as well. Doesn't make the same error twice though.
Does not make 2 errors in a row, generally. A set point for Camden.
Last gallery. Gone.
I knew you guys saw you got it. Wasn't clean. I didn't think it was getting me there.
So the two players and the marker having a conversation about whether Cam got that ball up or not.
I wasn't expecting it to do.
Definitely didn't sound
I thought for sure
clean,
Cam
but
was
I think the ball flight suggested that it was probably up.
40-30.
Tell with those
Last
tights.
gallery.
Those tight double bouncers tend to kind of
Receiver leads.
balloon in the air,
Yes.
which gives it away, actually.
Almost like a half volley, isn't it? Well, it is a half volley.
Game in first set.
And that is the
6
first set
games to 4.
to Camden, 6 games to 4.
Love all second set.
Very tight tennis from both there. Nobody going too gung-ho.
All games were pretty hard fought. A lot of juice games. We've heard that. Hashtag deuce.
Heard that a few times. Probably not the type of rally Rob wants to get stuck into at the beginning of the set, but
No, I don't think,
15 love.
as much as it was a great shot by Rob and a great retrieve into the grill, I don't think Camden will mind that early in this second set to put a bit of work in the legs of Mr. Fahey, MBE.
MBE. So does Rob need to change anything up in this set? Or is he going to be quite happy with, I mean, obviously not going to be happy as a set down, but I think the formula was okay.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to change anything drastically.
Second gallery.
He set some great
15
points up.
love.
He just didn't quite put that volley where he, that forehand kind of kill volley mid-court. Just didn't quite put it, hit a couple of timbers that allowed Camden to retrieve it off the, his backhand corner. A couple of balls into the net.
Yeah, I think he'll be okay with that. Like you say, just a little bit more clinical if he gets the chance, and he'll be okay.
Yeah, well, he's
Like that.
he's already
30 love.
doubled the tally of the games he got in the last time they met, which was the French Open final. I think it was 2 love and love to Camden to win the French Open. So a much better start here.
Out. 15-30. One chase, second pending. Down, first and 2.
Ooh,
Second gallery.
not happy, Mr. Fahey.
Not even trying to shield that one. It gets an apology from Camden as well. I assume Camden must have thought it was up as well.
It's quite interesting as well, like, as we are both right-handers, as Rob is, just not serving, just not just banging down that railroad just for the sake of it. It just kind
15-30, receiver leads. Chases second gallery.
shows how Camden has gotten really quite good at that kind of backhand drive towards the dead-on, or even his backhand cut volley has improved so much in the last couple of years.
Down. 40-15.
Great shot from Rob there. Almost got himself in a bit of trouble.
Inventive.
Worse
I have to
than
say
2.
I've seen that a lot in practice.
Yeah.
Lost it, 30-40.
Great pickup by Camden there in that forehand corner. He was facing the camera when he made contact with it. A little wink.
And such is the man. He doesn't even. It's not. It's a great get, but it's not even going back on the roof or giving Rob another chance. It's just back on the floor. There it is. That cut volley into the sidewall.
Does
First
drag,
game in
although
the second set.
Although it's a little bit slower here than most courts that we play opens on. That does just drag and kind of ankles that one and squares the backhand up a little bit on Camden.
Good serve.
Tamper boast. Oh, didn't go over. Not quite a tamper boast. Would have gone over if it was the tamper. Good start by Rob getting the first game of the second set. It was another long one.
Hazard second.
Yeah, he seems to be kind of
Server.
dictating the play at the moment. The rallies seem to be kind of on his. I mean, Cam's happy to run around and retrieve all day long, but
Second gallery.
very disciplined from Rob there.
Yeah, as we've said, just doesn't want to get drawn into too many of those long points.
As we have a look at that replay, just missed the tammer, didn't it? That could have been better than 2 down the line.
love. Receiver leads. Hazard second. Hazard. Hazard second. love. Chase second.
Fantastic little inside-out backhand there to pick a gallery off and win the hazard chase from Camden. to say, she's gotten so strong on that backhand return.
Hazard chases seem to be, for the guys right on the top, so hard to defend. Everyone's so good at that kind of only Camden the backhand there, that inside that ball into a gallery. Suddenly, it's a very narrow angle, but those galleries are actually become quite a big target to go for. I remember having, against Bryn Sayers many times, you just can't.
Can't win a hazard when you serve to him.
Cannot win a hazard. He'll find a gallery from anywhere and return a serve. It's such an effective shot. It's a free point, isn't it?
30 all.
We miss you, Bryn. Come back.
Too busy skiing.
No cheese. Down. 40-30.
Down. Ball was down.
I didn't quite hear Robbie there. What did he say? What's the hashtag for this week? Hashtag US Open 17. Fantastic. Feel free to or hashtag Deuce, that also works. If anybody's got any questions or anything for Chris Chapman, the expert, you just tweet anything into @USCTA. We can answer any questions you've got.
Game. 2 games to love. Second set.
No, we had this at the beginning of the first set.
Deja vu.
Stroke. 15 love.
2 pretty long games at the start of this second set.
Yeah, as I said towards the end of the first, I just can't remember a kind of one-sided love game. I think there might have been one in there in the middle that Camden might have picked up, but otherwise it's been really tight.
One and two. 15 love.
Gets the seal of approval from Mr. Fahey, that one.
I have to say, when playing Camden, that's the ball that
One
annoys
chase,
me
1
the
and
most
2,
that he beats me
15.
with, because it's about 20% pace, and he just chips it down there. But it's actually quite difficult to read.
First gallery. Chase 1 and 2.
They seem to be going kind of point for point at the moment, don't they? So no kind of one-sided games so far.
15 love, server leads.
The games are
Chases
generally being
1
won
and 2.
for kind of a juice and advantage or to 30.
Yeah, even that last game, I think Camden led 30 love, and Rob pulled it back to win a long game. That's a great play by Camden. How did he reach that first volley?
30
It was about 4
love.
foot tall.
Chase first gallery. First gallery. That's 40 love. Jeez,
Great
half a
disguise
yard.
by Rob there as well.
40 love.
One each in this game.
I think that's probably the first time we've seen Camden physically not able to get into that corner to stick a paw out at least.
Yeah, it's very rare that he actually just doesn't make contact with the ball unless it obviously goes into a gallery or even the dead on. Very rare to beat him with a kind of floor shot. I think that's what particularly these two, obviously Rob been doing it for a long time.
40
and
love,
Camden now
chase half a
dominate.
yard.
The game for the most part is they just both read the play obviously so well.
Rob doesn't look too happy with that serve. Looked pretty good to me.
Hate to see it.
Yeah, what a shame.
15-40.
So right on cue. Having said all the games are tight, we've had a 40-love situation.
And a game to 15.
And a game.
Game. 1-2.
Again, the similarities extend from the first set. 2-love to Rob, and now back to 1-2.
$15
It seems to be when Rob does decide to inject a bit of pace, he seems to actually kind of get himself into trouble a bit more. Like he did it in the last rally.
30
when,
love.
he was trying to beat that chase and he fired one in at Camden, who volleyed it back. Rob then played an aggressive backhand volley and Cam stuck it straight in the winning gallery. He just did the same thing there.
Yeah, I was just thinking at the end of that game that I
40
haven't seen
love.
Rob play down underneath the winning gallery as much in these last kind of game and a half, 2 games, even though he won the first 2.
$15-40. Game. 2 games all. Second set.
2 pretty quick ones there to get back to 2-all.
2 very quick ones, and Rob won't like losing a whole game from the service end. You know, all the top players pride themselves on on being able to rattle off points when you're at the service end. You don't want to be losing points.
Chase. 1 yard. Hazard second, chase a yard, no strokes. Chase 1 yard, no strokes.
Chase a yard, that's a pretty good effort on this score. Didn't think Rob would be trying to beat that on the floor.
Well, 15 love. Hazard, second gallery, Hazard.
Haven't really seen any variation from Camden on the serve, which is pretty much exclusively that railroad. I can't actually remember him serving anything else yet.
Yeah, no, even probably a second serve, he's still probably serving the same thing, maybe slightly slower and higher up the penthouse, but...
Except for this one.
Yeah, on cue. Commentator's curse.
Yeah.
Hazard. Thank you. 30 love.
Just drags out that Hazard.
All of those left-handers just, same, you see it from Cam, you see it from Steve going to James style. They just roll that, just roll the serve in, put the ball in play, and off they go. Make it look so easy.
Yeah, they do make serving look a lot easier than the right-handers have to with that kind of railroad action.
40 love. Hazard worse than 2. Hazard.
It seems all of a sudden Camden is dictating the points, as we were talking about kind of Rob dictating earlier. Camden's just gotten on top here.
Yeah, Rob seems to be doing the chasing at the moment, pardon the pun. I'll be happy with that.
He needs a few of those to go in.
15-40. Chase. 1 and 2. 15-40.
Rob's not very happy with that ball not going in the grill.
Don't think he even made contact with it, hence to give the chase.
Yeah. Yep, there he is, showing it can be done.
Chase is 1 and 2.
So game point to Camden here with a 1 and 2.
Lost it.
Great defence by Camden there. 2 heavy balls from Rob, and just got them back with ease, really.
Back on the floor, have another go.
Last gallery.
There we go, back to a kind of point that we saw very much in the first set. Have a couple of goes, getting a short chase, and then take gallery.
Chase. Nearly a yard worse, and last gallery.
Must be that knee brace slowing him down.
It's just about to say, you might notice that he's got a knee brace on. He's been having a little bit of trouble with his knees over the years, but it's been a while since I've seen him wear anything on his knees.
Last gallery, no strokes.
I think he suffers with, has a bit of kind of tendonitis in the knee, which...
Yeah, I think that's plagued him for the years, isn't it?
Yeah. We needed for it to plague him more.
It's an interesting
15
style
love,
of play he's got for
nearly
someone
a
that's got,
yard worse than
a
a lap.
recurring knee issue.
Just run around all day chasing the ball. Or one fault by Rob.
First serve. 15 love, nearly a yard worse than the last. Lost it. 30 love.
2 errors from Cam there on return of serve.
Very rare.
One fault. Chase, half a yard. 30 love.
There's that one that just kind of rips off the side wall a bit and just you kind of overplay the angle and it sneaks past the racket.
Last gallery, chase a half.
He did that a lot in your semi-final against him when he had to turn on that forehand. The first couple when I was marking, I thought he'd kind of accidentally overhit it, but he just kept doing it, turning on that forehand and just boasting it into the galleries.
Yeah. Yeah, he was doing that quite well.
It's obviously a great advantage that when they turn on those kind of high serves to be on their forehand and can hit it much harder generally than on your backhand.
30 love, receiver, first chase, half a yard.
And just gets himself out of a tight situation and without losing the point.
Yeah, I remember serving. I think I served a caterpillar to him, which came down basically as flush as I could have asked for, and he kind of boasted it into second gallery.
40 love. Sorry, John. Last gallery.
40 love here for Rob.
Out.
And again.
And game.
But again, Camden got that ball back
3
so
games
clean
all.
that he actually hit it out of court.
Yeah. Yep, hit it too well.
It's just scary some of the things he can do. And again, testament to Rob that at 48 he's still competing pretty well here against someone who just gets so many
15
balls
love.
back and can do it for about 6 or 8 hours if he needed to.
Yeah, so the last 3 games we've had have all been, well, I say one-sided, you know, obviously as one-sided as they can be at this level, very close, but, you know, 1 to kind of to love and 15.
15 all.
So I feel like the difference between this set so far is one of the players,
30,
the scoreline
15.
is still very close, but one of the players is to kind of dictate for only a 5-minute period at this point. But you know that first set was kind of nip and tuck all the way. This seems to be a bit more. Kind of Camden dominates for a game, then Rob fights back and dominates for a game.
Yeah, very much exchanging those kind of games at the moment.
$30 all.
Interesting couple of bounces there.
No chase.
And we can see that there's 102 people watching the stream, which is great. Makes makes all the work Ryan's been doing very good. You know, to see those people watching all over the world, hopefully.
Let's hope so. It's a good sociable time for everybody.
It is
40,
this
30.
early-ish start in the States means a kind of what would have been about 5:30 p.m. in London.
Yeah.
Hate to even begin to think what time it is in Oz. About 16 hours ahead of us, I think. Yeah.
Go. And game.
Oh,
4
involved.
games to 3, second set.
Won that
Another pretty quick one.
crucial 7th game. And funnily enough, I was sitting with
half a yard better than the second.
sitting with somebody in the grill the other day doing the hazard marking for both the Rob and Tim match and the Rob and Steve match, and that 7th game proved crucial in each set. Everybody, or whoever won that 7th game, actually won the set. Which didn't quite transpire for Rob in the first set. Here he won the 7th game, but lost the set. Let's see if he can hold on here with his nose in front.
Wow.
Just
30
makes it look
love.
so easy. It's not.
It's not.
On fault.
Strong call from the hair sitting in the dead on.
Wow.
Got an email here saying, did I say that Rob had an easier route to the final than Cam? I don't think I said that. I certainly didn't mean to. If that's what I did say, I wasn't.
I think you were implying in terms of
seeding, yeah,
that,
I think
that Camden had to come through.
Because Cam had 4 and 5 in his half of the result, and 7 as opposed to 8. So on paper, his route was more difficult. I think if you actually look at the opponents played, you would say that Rob's route was tougher. So if I
40 love. Hazard. Half a yard worse than
came out
2.
and gave people the wrong impression there, then apologies. I think Rob's definitely had the tougher opponent
Whoa.
to get this far.
Rob just doing a bit of gardening. This is a really rough surface, so it does chew the balls up
15-40.
quite a bit. So
You can hear, you can hear the players' feet moving around. It's very aggressive, isn't it? It's like
yeah, it's
sandpaper.
almost like a little bit of sandpaper. Your rackets do get, where we hit the floor on the bottom of our racket, you do get kind of like this
30,
sandpaper
40.
effect on the racket. So it's pretty tough on the balls as well.
Game.
It's 4 all.
4 games all.
Rob not
Second
really using
set.
that ball back down underneath the winning gallery as much in this set, but he's at 4 all, so it's can't be all bad.
There's been
More
a lot
than a
more
yard
kind of
worse
bludgeoning
than the
down towards
last.
the girls
Yeah.
there.
So maybe he
Stroke.
thought after losing the first set, playing that tactic, that he did need to just change it up a little bit.
Down. Pattern 2. 20-yard group.
No strokes here at 4-all.
Clearly a big game in the context of the match as well.
You would think that Rob doesn't need to win this set, but if he's going to win this match, he's got to start making some inroads.
Yeah,
Worse than a yard, worse than the last gallery. No stroke.
Yeah, I don't think two love is an option if he's wanting to win this match, to be 2-love down in sets. That could be a question for maybe Robert Schenkman out there if he's watching. Has Camden ever let
Chase
2
better
sets
than
to love
2.
lead slip?
Mr. Schenkman, over to you.
Yeah, tweet us at the USCTA Twitter account. #Deuce.
We all know he's watching.
Yeah, well, he's a student, let's face it.
Yeah, beans on toast and the real tennis on.
Lost it. Pattern 3. 30 love. On fault. Last gallery. Time.
It's all right.
$40 last gallery.
Good luck to Camden.
With the last gallery chase, I want to say.
Yep. Well, times change in a couple of weeks. A couple of weeks ago, we were commentating in Melbourne, shorts, t-shirt with a fan on.
Sparkling water.
Sparkling water's on tap. Now I feel like I need a blanket.
I definitely need a blanket.
Last gallery. 40 love.
They do have them in the dead on, but they do smell a bit dusty.
Giving Rob a chance there. Didn't quite pull it off. Big boast.
Yeah, again, at 40 love, he's just happy to really work Rob in this point and picks it up in the end with the game.
Game. 5 games to 4. Second set.
That's a shot which I've noticed here is quite difficult to figure out, because when it hits the floor, it slows up a lot because of the kind of the abrasive
Floor.
surface, and then as soon as it then goes onto the wall, it slips in behind you, so it slows down so much off the floor, but then it feels like it kind of speeds up again once it hits that sidewall.
You would have liked to have seen that go in.
Second gallery. 15 love.
Miss Grill, Camden takes the gallery. A crucial game.
And 15 love up.
Time. There's no chase now, but there's a chase that he created. Yeah, that was second gallery. We're not playing it though. He hit the post.
A little bit of confusion, not quite sure what's happened there. Yeah, that the wily old fox is he knows what he's doing out there.
$30 love. 30 love.
Yeah, that's right.
Fine.
Yeah, 30 love, 1 chase. We know what's going on.
Yep, absolutely. All they need to know is that John is actually keeping score in the dead on a bit of paper. So
Yeah, if Robbie forgets, between the two of them, they've got it covered.
again, just Camden playing an interesting tactic here. He's, you know, you will see him quite often go for a dead on or even a kind of roll drive into the kind of low back wall, but every time he turns on that forehand, he's just quite happy to hit the post and make Rob work across and up the court, and he's putting a lot of work into his legs here.
He seems very happy, particularly if he's kind of like 30 love up in a game. You
love,
he noticeably
chase
just
the
tries to,
second
get
gallery.
those points, that next point as long as he can.
Oh.
Yeah, he's just not willing to give Rob any balls off the off the penthouse, which is obviously everybody's tactic. But Camden just doesn't understand the a little bit of a lucky net cord.
Net cord there to
Game
to
in
win the
second
set.
6 games to 4.
Yeah, Rob looked like he had that one covered. Cam looked like he put that ball into the net, but it just
Serve leads 2 sets to
hit the top
love.
of the tape and
Love
crept
all
over.
third set.
So Camden, the world champion, 2 sets to love up here, 6-4, 6-4.
Hazard a yard.
Rob's got some
And
work to
time.
do.
He sure does at 2 sets to love down. The match time is now just around the hour 40 mark. To win 3 sets from here is obviously a lot more work still ahead.
Last gallery, Hazard a yard. No strokes.
So 2 long sets, an hour and 50 of match time.
1 hour 15. They started at
Oh, 1 hour
12:30.
15. Sorry, they
Yeah.
did start at 12:30. You're right.
Yeah, that second set, I think, was quicker than the first.
Yeah, we had a couple of shorter games in the middle of that set at
Yeah.
like 3-2,
Hazard a
3-all.
yard. No strokes.
Here we go. We've got an answer to your question, Chris. Cam last lost a 5-setter when leading 2-love in 2010.
2010, what was he, about 12?
Could we get a tournament for that one, please?
I'm going to have a guess at maybe a British Open.
15 love.
Under 14 British Open.
2010.
And there's another comment.
I'm going to say that could have been the US Open when Bryn and James Stout got through to the final
yeah.
in New York.
Yeah, I think Stout might have beaten Cam and Bryn beat Steve.
Bryn beat Steve,
Yeah.
and Mr. Stout beat Camden in the semis. And then Camden and Steve played each other in the eliminators about 2 weeks
They
later.
did at Tuxedo.
Stroke. 40 love. And time.
Doing a bit of research, Ben.
I'm just gonna see if I've got that right.
On fault.
Oh, great win gallery there.
15-40.
I can confirm that James won in 4 sets that day, having lost the first.
Game. First game of the third set.
So we have to get our thinking caps back on. It
15
wasn't the US Open.
Yeah, I wonder whether it was maybe a British Open semi-final against somebody like
Call.
Steve, perhaps. Didn't play the British Open in 2010. Where's Shankman when you need him?
Yeah. Come on, Shanks.
Wow. 15 all.
Okay, he won the US Pro Singles, so it couldn't have been that. It wasn't the US Open. We've just seen the US National, perhaps. I think they only play 5 sets in the final. He didn't make it to the final that year.
Whoa. 30-15. No chase.
He lost to Steve in Manchester in the Pro Singles, but he lost the first two sets.
Came back.
All.
So we'll have a look at your punt here, the French Open. Steve are going to beat Camden in the semis, but again won the first two sets.
Better than 3. 30 all.
Oh, finally, Mr. Shankman has got in touch. He has no idea. Thank you, Robert.
.30 server.
I'm stumped.
Chase better than 3. Fault. King. 2-love, third set.
Camden leading 2-love. Start of this third set. I wonder if we're going to see anything different from Rob. Maybe just all-out aggressive play.
Chase 1 and 2.
Just so clean that backhand to that winning gallery.
Fault. Fine.
2009
US
Pro
Pro
Singles is the latest guesstimate.
.30 loves. Second gallery, chase 1 and 2, 30 out.
Yeah, 2-6-1-6. Wow. 6-4, 6-3, 6-5. 2009 US Open semi-final. Last time Camden led 2 sets to love and lost. So US Pro Singles.
Just having a look at that draw now. He lost to Steve, who received a walkover in the first match, and then
30
had his
love.
opponent retire
Chase 1 and 2.
in the quarters. So he was probably pretty fresh,
Pretty
going
fresh.
into that semi.
Lost at 15:30.
Only took us
Chase
about 10
last
minutes to
gallery.
find the answer to
Second.
that question.
I think it's fair to say it doesn't happen very often.
And you know,
30 all.
you probably wouldn't bet on it here either, the way Camden's looking on this court.
$40-30.
Could we get a reverse of the first 2 sets, where Rob led 2-love? All of a sudden Camden leads 2-love in this set.
Have money on 6-4, Rob, here.
I think we might have just seen an attempt at a backhand drag from Rob. I'm not sure the last time I saw that.
He was throwing some in the doubles the other day.
More than a yard worse. 40-30.
Is that a deliberate change-up or a throw something different? You know,
Throw something
more
different
like,
at, yeah.
see what you can do with this.
$40-30.
Game point to Rob.
Receiver. More than a yard worse than the last gallery.
Quite a long chase. Back on the floor.
1 in. And game.
Good
Oh,
last
great.
gallery from Rob to win the
Great.
1
play
game
by
to
Rob.
2.
I
Third
thought that
set.
might have crept into second.
But how, that defense of the
first
main
gallery.
veteran from Camden is something else, isn't it? He
Just
gets
John, I
it
saw
on the
first
floor
gallery.
every
Holds
time.
it back, yeah. It's not loose.
Thank you. Second and first gallery. No strokes.
Still employing that gallery tactic. Getting down to the service end.
Look at the scoreline on the on the screen there. It has been a tight match. Camden has just obviously closed those sets out from kind of 4-all in
First gallery.
both,
No strokes.
which he does so strong. He very very rarely loses sets these days, and particularly if he
First
gets
gallery.
to if he gets to 4, he just believes that he'll win the set. Great volley from Rob there.
So the difference between the two players there is
15
Camden,
love, second
Camden
gallery.
would put that back on the floor. Rob volleys it straight into the grill.
Well,
I'd be happy with either of those options.
sorry. Second.
Oh, tough
15
bounce.
all.
He's still mixing his serves up. We saw a railroad, which might have been a fault, but then into his high serve here for a first serve.
Yep, throwing in some demi PKs as well.
$30-15. No change.
I was going to say I heard Camden. I didn't hear the retort from Rob there, but it seemed to. I think he, based on the crowd enjoyment, I think he won that exchange.
And good to see both players having a laugh in the middle of a US Open, a major final in our game.
40-15.
Let's see if Rob can close this game out. 40-15 still at the service end.
Go. And time. 30-40.
Gave the stroke away instead of the chase, which I think is a good thing.
40-15 up. Happy to sacrifice a point there. And there we go again.
Oh, vintage.
I think there's three grills in that game from Rob.
2 games all.
I'm very disappointed to lose a game having hit 3 grills.
Ties it up at 2-all.
It's a very, very tough.
15 love.
It's very tough to win points in that grill corner here. The timbre is very square, and anywhere else in the world, you kind of think, right, if I'm hitting a main wall timbre, I'm getting it in behind them. But because it's so slow and bouncy here, you don't need to actually read the timbre. You can just you can read the straight one, and you get that main wall one which comes around the corner, and I almost have to run away from it. You've got so much time.
And particularly, obviously, that left-hander as well. He can just kind of open up the feet, and he's boasting back a forehand.
Yeah.
Oh, unlucky. That first ball looked like it was heading towards the winning gallery. Camden volleyed it out.
15-30.
To a length as well.
To a length, yeah. It's almost like Camden learned to play tennis on a court that was about half the size, isn't it?
Second gallery.
Oxford.
15-30.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he's got the IQ to be at Oxford.
Hazard. Line. Take second gallery. 15-30.
Rob's gone back to hitting kind of both corners from the service end. He's obviously now hitting a lot more grills than he was in the first two as well, but he's getting that ball in around the winning gallery a bit more, which, as you said in the last set, he's kind of not neglected, but we were seeing it a bit less frequently.
Yeah, just moved away from it, didn't he?
15-30 receiver.
Being a bit more aggressive.
Chase second gallery.
But if you don't hit those targets, this court just, the ball just sits there for Camden to get back. Oh, it's a great short little boast there off the volley.
40-15. Hazard to the line.
40-15 receiver, hazard the line.
Hazard the line. Free smash. On the floor. Opens up those galleries. Takes the game.
And again,
Games are now
just
3-2.
showing how hard it is to defend a hazard chase when you're at the, you're at the service end.
Particularly on a court like this, which doesn't really take a railroad all that well. Like you were saying about Rob, expending valuable energy on that range. You've got to really put some work into it here to get it to kick back as well. So probably why we're not seeing it from him.
30 love.
Meanwhile, Camden just keeps rolling the arm over.
Last gallery.
30
He love.
Doesn't change his serve. Obviously being a left-hander, he doesn't kind of vary his railroad at all, does he? I call it the dribble. He just dribbles that ball into the nick, basically all day long. He doesn't.
Second gallery.
Particularly when you watch like a
gallery.
Steve will stand
30
out
love.
a little bit, just do a bit more flight.
He'll also
slow edge, chucks the sidewall one in.
Yeah. Yeah, Camden's just very comfortable. I guess, if you serve the same serve into the same spot more often, you're probably going to get the same kind of result. So he can just run to a certain area on the court and, and the ball's going to be there. Even though the rallies in this, in our game isn't, they're not always that long, they they do follow patterns, and I think that's what Camden's doing really well in the last couple of years. Just
rolls the railroad in, runs over and covers the volley or the main.
Last gallery, 30 love. Thank you, 1 fall.
And because of the kind of the slower nature of this court compared to others, that kind of boast, the disguised boast doesn't actually work that well, as Camden just
second gallery.
sets a chase with the exact shot I was talking about.
might have even won a chase there, did he? I might have missed that. Rob well up the court. Wow.
15-40.
But again, you go back to that last railroad Rob hit. He obviously one of the best railroads in the game, if not the best. And Camden was able to turn inside and hit a forehand.
Yeah.
Chase 2.
Very, very tough to get that ball to hug the side wall here.
$15.40. Chase 2.
I wonder how warm it is on court out there at the moment. It's gotten particularly cold in the last few days here in Philadelphia.
Yeah, this room, the commentary box seems to be
3 games all, third set.
In a minute. It's actually been a very nice temperature on court, I thought. I didn't really notice any, I didn't notice that I was cold or hot at any particular time. A nice neutral temperature. But apparently both players were saying before they went on today, as they got on court, it was quite fresh out there. I'm sure they've got to be both quite warm now.
Yeah, there've been some good changes, so they're moving around pretty well. Yeah, I think the last 2 evenings it got down to kind of -6 and -9 respectively of Celsius. Celsius, of course.
So that's going to have found its way into the
30
court
love
by now.
Again, Camden digging that cut volley out just effortlessly.
And gets rewarded with the ball straight on the penthouse.
Great hands.
Hazard better than a half.
Hazard better than
30
half a
love.
yard.
Big game here, the 7th game again.
Thank you.
Tied at 3
fall.
all.
$15.30.
Didn't cover that one.
Didn't cover that one. I almost didn't see it coming. Was that off the volley? The Chisholm?
Last gallery. Hazard better than a half. 15.30. Receiver.
Hazard better than half. That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, game point Camden for a 4-3 lead with a hazard. Oh no, two chasers.
Oh, there we go. 36 degrees. Feels like 29. So we're around the 0 mark again today.
Pity that's
15.30
not
receiver.
Celsius.
Hazard better than a
It is
half.
sunny though.
It is sunny. Very nice day out there, in fact. Great retrieve from the timber there.
40-15 left.
40-15, 2 game points for Camden. Last gallery to beat.
On fault.
And a second serve to come.
We'll Was that the second serve?
Yeah, was that the second serve? I think the marker and the receiver had their backs to him, as he did a bit of gardening. Oh, it's a beautiful shot.
Beautiful. Games are 4-3, third set.
The important 7th game goes to the world champion. Exhibition stuff, but I didn't quite go over, did it?
15 love.
So we could be within kind of 10 minutes of the end of this match, but it doesn't feel like it.
No,
It feels like there's still a lot of tennis to be played.
Yeah, it's been a very, very close match, and the scoreline obviously gives it. It's, you know, Cam's just finished those sets off, you know, in the first 2, the stronger. But again, we're at 4-3 here, and, you know, Rob's every chance to take this set.
Chase. 2 and 3.
Yeah, it doesn't feel to me like this is you know, potentially at the end. Come on, Fahey.
Yeah, obviously we'd love to see this continue into a 4th or maybe even a 5th.
1 and 2, 2 and 3.
Cam is getting him to change directions those last 2 kind of returns to serve, and he didn't get racket on either of them.
It's very tough to read with that forehand, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got
Sure where he's going.
yeah, he's got 3 options. He can hit the, you know, the main wall dead on, which is, you know, probably the shot that Steve, you know, will hit more times than not. But Camden does love that little inside out boast. But he can also kind of slide a ball down to the right-hander's forehand, and they all very much come from the same action.
Camden changing up his serve here.
Yeah, but how often has Rob beaten 2 and, you know, played a better shot than 2 and 3 with the serve he's been serving?
Yeah.
That's too big. Tried the same shot Camden set the chase with to beat the chase.
1 and 2.
1 and 2, so we're going to go airborne with this serve again.
Straight down the line, maybe. Oh, 1 fault.
Yeah, tough to get any reward in the corners for a 1 and 2 chase.
He's had a go, and was on the money.
$40 love.
Readjustment of the knee brace at 40 love up.
So
Great
3
first
game
ball
points.
from
Yeah.
Great first ball from Rob, but we've got 3 game points, as you were about to say, to Camden for a 5-3 lead.
There's one of them.
15, 40.
One of them gone, used up.
There's a couple of times Rob's he's put one straight past him without any forward defence, and again.
Wow.
30, 40.
You don't often see Camden not only not get racket on it, but not even go in the right direction. Hat-trick ball,
There
and
we
he's
go.
pulled it off.
3 in a row.
Main wall straight to tie to deuce.
Probably wondering why he's been doing that for the last hour and a half. 3 great
Here we
returns
go,
from Rob.
4th one.
He's got racket on that one.
Last gallery.
Great play.
Those galleries.
And Bannon.
And that looked like it was sneaking in Camden's backhand corner of the dead on there. A bit of a lob ball. Not that difficult to lob Camden. Let's tell it how it is.
Sorry.
And we're just seeing a replay of dead on after dead on. And here it is, just kind of floating in. Might have even taken out Mr. Carey's camera in the forehand corner there. But thanks, Cam.
Done you a favour there, right?
Last gallery.
So game point Rob to tie it at 4-all. As the hockey commentators would say, knot it up.
Last go.
From 40 love down as well.
On fault.
Chance.
Hazards. Hazards maybe. No.
Oh no.
Yeah, you can't give Camden that many chances, I'm afraid.
Deuce.
Deuce.
Did anyone catch the score there?
Fault.
Yeah, Rob had a good look at those galleries there, didn't he, to win that chase? Just put it on the penthouse.
Also 2 attempts at the grill and just left it short, you know, just underneath.
Got the edge on the bottom ledge.
Second gallery. Deuce.
We're up to 131 people watching as we close in on the end of this 3rd set.
Twice.
2 second
gallery
deuce. Camden will be coming back down to serve.
Chases second gallery. Deuce.
So 2 second gallery chases here at 3-4 to Camden and at deuce.
Won it.
Big cut volley.
Advantage. Second gallery again.
Can we see that same play again?
Deuce.
Great serve by Camden, stop the cut volley and then the force as well.
Advantage.
Great play.
Good tennis from both players there. Great rest.
Rob, a couple of attempts at the galleries, just left it low, but got out of jail.
Fault. And done. Last gallery.
I have to say I was expecting the big, probably Maymore dead on there, but just happy to take the gallery, game point up.
He looked like he was shaping up for one, didn't he?
It's great to see Rob back playing this kind of tennis this week. You know, for me, the best tennis he's played since losing the World Championship to Camden. Yeah, it's great to see.
Advantage server. Chase last gallery.
Not when you're playing him, of course, but as we found out in National League recently.
Yeah. I was going to say it was nice to be in the other half of the draw, but you still, you then get the Camden, that Camden fella.
Oh, that looked good from our angle.
Deuce!
Didn't sneak over.
A long game here.
Clearly a big game for both players,
Yeah,
really.
Camden was 40 love up in this one.
Advantage. More than a yard worse. Advantage.
Great lead from Rob. Read that one pretty well.
It's quite a big bando
server,
here, isn't it?
Chase more than a yard worse
Yeah.
from the last.
Oh no.
Oh, and there goes a camera, Mr. Carey.
Deuce.
And then there was two.
Saw
Advantage.
the production team's head drop immediately as that ball went into the dead on.
A little giraffe, left-handed giraffe here.
Hazard the line. Advantage.
That was Shank from the world champion. Still goes over though.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
It is amazing.
Hazard the line. Advantage
We can get
receiver.
Mr. Lumley involved in the camera setup. He's right next to it, isn't
One
he?
fall and time. Now,
Stroke against
game.
Rob. Yeah.
Yeah, 5 games to 3 now.
5-3, third set.
I think Camden will be probably relieved to have won that game, having been 40 love up and then, having to stay out there for another 5 or 10 minutes to pinch it.
Yeah, and all of a sudden he's one game away from I think it's his 5th US Open in a row. It hasn't been comfortable, this one. Rob's played very well, pushed him to the limit.
Yeah,
Yard
both-
better than the second. No stroke.
Both played very, very tightly.
15 love.
He's wanting to close this one out. Doesn't want to give Rob a sniff at all.
$30 love.
Thirty loves Camden, 1 chase.
Half a yard worse than the last.
Trademark Camden. Seen two of those in this game to get his 2 chases.
Yeah, moves down the service end in a strong position. I think 30 love, I think.
30 love, yeah. Yeah, had a backhand main wall dead on and then a forehand racket error from Rob.
$30 love, sir. Yard better than the second. Yard better than the second go. $15.30, half a yard worse than the last.
Bit of a loose error there from Cam, but 30 love up won't be too worried.
Halt. And done.
Just uncharacteristic. We've seen a few in this match.
Out.
Oh,
30 all.
acrobatic defense of the dead on there, but out of court.
30 all.
$40-30.
Brings up a match point, championship point.
Championship point indeed.
Deuce.
Rob's not ready to hit the. He's not ready to have a beer just yet.
Down. Advantage.
Rob doesn't like it, but I think it was look to roll out of that neck.
Second championship point for Camden. Can he take this one?
Clean,
There we go.
set, and now.
Camden Riviere, the 2017 US Open champion, 6-4, 6-4, 6-3.
A well-deserved long applause there for the two players. I think that was a brilliant match.
Yeah, very appreciative crowd there.
You
Yeah,
know,
that was
Rob,
great tennis throughout from both players.
Rob,
I'd say.
and again, Rob threw everything at him. And with it, Camden picks up his 14th major title, 14th Open victory, and as strong as ever.
Yeah, he just, as we all know anyway, but he's just out there proving it again today. You know, it's not just his ability to get the tough balls back, but Rob's hitting that cut volley in there again and again, and I can't really think of an instance where Cam's put it on the back penthouse or really made a racket error from it or anything like that. He's so good at soaking up that first ball, and particularly. Your stats go through the roof if you get that first ball back anyway, but particularly here with the nature of the bouncy court, if he deals with that first ball, he's going to back himself to get anything else back after that.
Absolutely. And congratulations, Camden Riviere, and thanks Ben, thanks Ryan for all your work, and that's us over and out.
That is us over and out.
Thanks, ladies and gentlemen.
For the presentations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Because I have other ones. They're taking home.
You gotta hand that out.
Where's Vogue? I thought we were doing that downstairs.
You wanna do that tomorrow downstairs?
Sort of like an oxymoron.
I don't know whose idea that was. I don't know. I put a test on, but I was.
The older getting slower, it's getting frustrating, you know? It's like he's moving better than ever. I don't get it.
Oh, congratulations, Kim. It was great.
Was this year the now he's got to go play in the Racquet team. Not me. Come on, you lead. Start now. That wall will be good. The rest of you, we have lots of room out here.
You just want spectators there.
Yeah, it'll make the pictures look so much better.
If you can, face that way.
Face this way.
Face that camera.
Gotcha.
If you can't, that's it.
I think I can handle it. All right, come on. Yes, indeed. Who's taking the photo? How about you?
Yeah, but like on a fucking.
On the mic, that's how we take all our photos these days, don't we? Have you seen Michael? We're gonna have some pictures.
We haven't.
To it.
We are. You can't touch it.
Well deserved.
We could.
Or wait.
All right. All right, we're counting down. You know you want to see your picture and chase the first. You got to get out of the court.
Check off.
I told her. Doing this tomorrow.
Other stuff to give out?
Yeah, apparently.
Well, this is what they take home.
Huh. Okay, well, you hand out the hardware. I'll speechify, you hardware.
Yeah.
Good, good.
What's happening with the Irish? Will that disappear?
Sort of, yeah. It turned into a member guest. We are ready whenever you want.
Okay, we're ready. All right.
Harry, you want to get? It's going to be in the U.S.
Come on. Come on out here. Who's the milk? You have your iPhone, Gary?
One of you have a phone? I'm going to be back here. Yes. Okay. Everybody needs to get together. Over by the, as close to the net as possible. Get up your body.
You can photographer of the year.
Who are you?
Sure, come on. Let's hug it up.
Let's go. Is that because everybody can already see everything? Sam?
Jules is hiding.
On three, say something. Better than half of y'all. Great. Okay.
Stay there. Stay there. You're not released yet. Stay there.
Okay, go for it.
Thanks everyone for attending and supporting the 2017 U.S. Open, brought to you by the Racquet Club of Philadelphia and the United States Court Tennis Association. We couldn't have done it without the support of you, our patrons, our fans, Rob Whitehouse, John Lumley, James Asher, Gabe Kinsler, who worked very hard to do all the tough stuff and leave me just taking all the credit. So let's have a round of applause for our home professional. The only downside to being here in person is that you haven't been able to watch the stream while you've been here. It's been the greatest video presentation in the history of court tennis, and that's all due to Ryan Carey. Ryan! We've had the greatest players in the world here for this tournament. It's been such a great privilege to see them play. F. Scott Fitzgerald once famously wrote, "The very rich are different from you and me." If F. Scott Fitzgerald had seen it this week, he would have said, "And so are Rob and Cam," because they were out of this world. We may all play court tennis, we don't play it like those two. So, our runner-up, Rob Fahey, former world champion, current MBE holder.
But I want to say personal thanks to Gary Swartner, who was looking after me this week. Not actually, he helped me. I think looking after me was strong. Thank you, Gary. It's been the perfect setup over there. Of course, congratulations, Cam. Too good as always these days, so that's just the way it is. And just had a great weekend for me. My first win here was in 1993. So I'm kind of excited to be here for the finals in 2017. So thank you all for welcoming me, and I look forward to the next visit. Thank you all.
So, not to be consistent, I just said that Camden's very different from you and me, but actually, most of us share one thing in common. We didn't lose a set in the 2017 U.S. Open. Neither did he. We didn't lose a set in the 2013 U.S. Open in Philadelphia. Neither did he. So, there you go. We've got that in common, but he played them, and therefore, he's getting the trophy, and you guys are all going to give him a big round of applause.
I'd like to thank Gabe and Andy Kinsler for housing me, not just this week, but pretty much every week these days when I come up. It's hard to run open, and this one has been immensely impressive to me, just with the professionalism done by it, with the streaming, just the organization of the event. So thank you all here at the RCOP for doing that. It's a lot of work, and we really appreciate it. I want to say a big thank you to all the sponsors of the event this year. Without you, obviously we wouldn't be here. It's great to feel the support. It's great to see you all coming out. It's great to have the social events and everybody here. It really is why we play this game. We absolutely love it. We love having you all here. It really means that much. I'm very excited for this. This is my fifth in a row here at the U.S. Open, and I know I'm still quite a lifetime away from someone's records, but it still feels pretty good. So thank you.
Should we do a couple more photos with the trophies, Rob? Just a couple?
Yeah. And then we got a great practice match. The North American Division final.
How many U.S. Opens did you win?
Great job.
nice. I see nobody cared about it. What are you posing for? Yeah.
Jim. Jim. You missed the picture. You did?
Let's make it happen.
Come on.
It's right here.
You got it already?
Oh, I don't know.
So he didn't text me.
All right, let's go watch a couple minutes of Rackets and then we'll get back out of Dodge.
I'll get the ball. Ruby. Yeah, that's actually that's yeah, that's the professional coming.
Just give it some relevance.
Nice. One that way. Good work.
Portrait landscape.
All right.
Thanks for everything, man. Awesome.
Yeah, Brian, great job, man.
Thank you.
Hey, give a copy to Gary. Who's got it.
See the light at the end of the tunnel.
Nope, thank you. I'll let you put down your heart. No, I don't want to touch something I didn't earn.
You know, it's like you hear hockey players won't touch.
All right, let's go back.
Thank you for watching this presentation of the 2017 U.S. Open.